So welcome to today's video recording. The purpose of this video is just to show you how to publish in Matlab and how to submit the work for your final exam. So we're starting today on the linear algebra homepage, and so we have these Matlab scripts that we were working with on the last day of class. So I'm going to open this one up in a new window here. So I'm going to solve these problems now using Matlab. And so the first one already has the solution in number 4, so I'm going to go ahead and copy that, and we'll open up Matlab and paste it in. So here comes Matlab. Good. So instead of just pasting it directly into the command window, I'm going to type in edit to open the editor, and then I will copy and paste into the editor, and that'll allow me to make some changes. So for example, I will see on line 4 and line 5, everywhere where there was an apostrophe, the copy paste command didn't put in the right symbol. So what we want to use is the transpose button, which in MATLAB is the symbol underneath the quotation mark, right next to the enter key. And so we're going to change that here on line 11, and then line, oops, I forgot one there, on line 11, and then line 13. Okay, so now I've got all the apostrophes taken care of. So now I'm going to save the file, and here I'll just save it as example 1, and I'm going to save it just in my home directory for this example. Okay, you'll notice the top line is to load sphere data, so I go back to the class website. Here it is, and there's sphere data for the lab, and so I right click, save link as, and then I'll just save it in my home directory. So now Matlab should be able to read it. So for example, in Matlab I can just type load sphere data, and you can see that it's appearing there. So okay, so if I just do that, you'll see that a matrix X appears that's 300 by 3, and that is what we wanted to do. So I will clear this out and load this from the script. So let me get back to the editor. And so once we load the sphere data, you'll notice that we're taking the SVD, we're checking to see if V is orthonormal columns, we're finding the coordinates of our projection, and then we plot. Okay, and then we'll plot the two things. Notice that this line here under the projection is incorrect. We don't want to project to the first 2 columns of V, we want to project to the second and third columns of V, so I'm going to change those lines to 2 and 3. That's the correct plane that we want to use. Okay, and so then everything else should work as written, so I'll resave that. And I will double check by pressing the run button. Everything is looking good there. I've got the SVD. I'm getting a warning for the graphics, but don't worry about that. Good. So now your graph should look like this. So now I'll clear this out. So I'll just type in clear from the command window. CLC is a nice command as well. It clears the window totally out. Okay, I'll go back in, and now I want to show you how to separate your answers. So if I type in a double percentage, I get what's called a section. And so I can say exercise 1 for that section. And then when I want to do a new problem, I can put in another double percentage sign and say exercise 2. Okay, and then I can go into my exercise 2, see what we were doing there. Okay, so in exercise 2, we wanted to get the van der Waals matrix, take the SVD, and then compute the pseudo inverse. Okay, and then we'll do the polyval command. So I believe that was already given to you in a script. So if we look at the script, it's vendor example for the lab. So if I copy and paste that, I can just actually copy and paste this into my editor. So I'll go ahead and copy here, paste it into the editor. Okay, oops, I've got another double percentage sign there. I can get rid of that. Okay, so now we have example exercise 2 here as a separate section, and everything I believe works as written. We don't have to change anything. So I'll save that just to be sure, and then we'll go ahead and run. If you right click, you can just say evaluate selection. So evaluate current selection will just evaluate exercise 2. And that looks like what we wanted. Okay. And so now we're on to exercise 3. Okay, so exercise 3. Let's see what happened to it. Here it is. We want to look at the sample commands in sample author.m. Okay, so if that's a long example, I think I'll just say C sample author.m there. Okay, so by the way, if I want to put any comments in, I'll just put in I'll just type a percentage sign, and here's how I comment on this problem. Right, I should comment on the solution when I'm doing this for a homework problem. Okay, and now save that again just to be sure everything's saved before you do anything else. And now we come to the point at which we're going to publish this and then send it on to be graded. So we'll push the publish key. So I'm in the editor, and you'll see a publish key. So press the publish key, and you'll see a publish command at the very end of the line here. So press the publish command, and the Matlab will go through and evaluate everything, and it'll put everything inside of the browser page, which is very nice. So all the graphs and everything else is right here. Okay, and this is what you're going to send to me. So we'll go ahead and press the print button, and it'll open up a system browser. And in the system browser, when you go to print, you should have a PDF option somewhere. So I've got a print to file option here, and so I'm just going to say print. So this is example Matlab .pdf. Okay. Oops. There we go. So now my output format's PDF, and I can print. Okay. So if you can't get this to work, just go ahead and print this to the local printer. I don't have that on my page because I'm working from my office, but you can print this off in the Matlab or in the computer lab and just send it to me hard copy. You can put it under my office door if you need to. Okay. Once you have this in PDF though, you can go ahead and go to your CLEo site and just upload it to your CLEo account, your CLEo folder. Okay. So if you have any questions at all, let me know. Otherwise, I'll see you later.